gonna give you some takeaways of what to look for when shopping for a boxing bag at home or kickboxing bag. Now, there are some factors you wanna consider, and we're gonna go over them in today's video. Let's get into it. The first thing to consider is space. Where are you gonna put your bag? With the hanging bag over here, this one is gonna take probably putting it in a garage, or if you have a home gym or anything like that, because you will have to bolt and hang it from your ceiling. So you're gonna make sure you have strong beam, support system, and you also have the space to be able to do that. Or if you go with the freestanding bag option, the good news is that you can kind of move this anywhere you want. And if it looks nice, then you don't mind putting it in your living room. And the cool thing is that you can actually move this and roll it around wherever you need to. Obviously, with something like the Century Versus bag, you can like literally drag it. This bag is like pretty light as well. So space is a big thing to consider, especially if you live in an apartment or a studio. You're gonna need something that's conducive for the space that you live in. If you are not a homeowner or you don't have the space in a garage, I highly recommend a freestanding bag that you're gonna be able to move and also looks nice aesthetically. Number 2, does your bag move? This is a really important factor, again, if you live in an apartment or a space where there's other people that can hear you. So for example, if you're punching the bag or kicking the bag and it ends up falling over or rocking too much, it's going to create a lot of noise. Or if your bag's a little too light, you might kick it and it might move away from you while you're in the middle of doing a workout. So you wanna make sure you have something that, first of all, you know exactly where you can put it, that it's in the right space, but then also you want something that's not gonna move around too much. The cool thing we have with the FightCamp bag exclusively is we have a bag ring where actually this is made for the FightCamp bag. So you're gonna put it down, put your bag on it, and these pieces around the side are gonna prevent your bag from moving in any direction. So let's say you are a really hard hitter. Let's say you're not 5'4" or 119 pounds. Let's say you're 6'5" and you're 200 plus pounds. You're really gonna struggle moving that bag, especially if you have the bag ring. So you want a bag that's gonna be able to fit in the space that you have, and you also want a bag that's not gonna move. Number 3, how does the bag feel on your knuckles or your shins? This is a really, really important one. If you're not training for a fight, then don't go all crazy getting a hanging bag that's gonna be really hard on your shins or on your knuckles. You're kind of putting pressure on your joints that's unnecessary. And even with this fit bend, you're gonna have to like work it in and like really hit it and kick it for a while to kind of break it in. This Century is nice. It has quite a bit of a give to it. So it's not gonna be as hard on your knuckles and shins, as well as with this FightCamp. It's actually made for that. It's got foam on the inside, so when you kick it and when you punch it, you're not going to have a lot of tension like you would if you were hitting a hanging bag. Same thing with the Century Versus. This thing is light. You could probably bounce this thing all around. This thing's not gonna hurt. It's also really, really great for children, because like I said, if you don't need to be putting extra pressure on your joints, then why do it? Number 4, how does the bag look? What's the makeup of the bag? So for example, hanging bag. If it is a floor bag, this one is not a full hanging bag. Can you do low kicks? Can you do all of the techniques that you want? So obviously with this one, the makeup of it is that it's gonna swing. So you're gonna have to be maybe intermediate to advanced to be able to time it. With the fit vent, for example, it's not touching the ground all the way. The same with this Century bag. So if you are looking to kick or elbow, this one does actually move up and down. Are you giving yourself, is the makeup of the bag giving you the ability to work the techniques that you want? That is something that I like about the FightCamp bag and the Century Versus, is that it is pretty tall as well, and it goes almost all the way down to the floor. So if I do want to throw any low kicks, or if I want to throw push kicks, elbows, I have the surface area that I need. And the same thing with this Century bag. I can low kick it, I can push kick it, I can actually even grab onto these handles and I can clinch knee as well, which is a really useful part of that bag. So make sure you have a good makeup to be able to do the type of exercise that you want. And number 5, the final thing to look for is of course cost. Now hear me out. You're going to get what you pay for. If you go to the store and you buy super cheap jeans, you can imagine that's probably only gonna last a couple months. But if you pay good money, you're going to make sure you have products that last. And the same thing applies. You can go on Amazon and you can get super cheap boxing bags, but I'm telling you, Like I said, you're gonna get what you pay for. So if you're looking for a really good boxing bag at home, you're looking about $300 to $350 plus range to make sure that it's something that's gonna last you a good amount of time. And it's also gonna cover all those other areas of what to look for in a bag. So make sure you spend the money, you do the research. At the end of the day, you're gonna get what you pay for. Now, it doesn't actually matter which bag you get. The cool thing about the FightCamp app is that you can actually use any bag, get the app, and you can do the workouts at home. We have punch trackers that will track your punching and your output. It's extremely fun, and we're gonna be working with real fighters just like me. So make sure you go ahead and hit that like button, subscribe to the channel, let us know what you'd like to see us review next, and I'll see you in the next video. This is FightCamp, an interactive training camp from the comfort of your own home. Tutorials and guided paths walk you step by step through the basics and sharpen your technique over time. Punch tracking technology and leaderboards provide you built-in motivation to help you hit your goals. Learn more at FightCamp.com.
Your workout, and I don't expect you to be going non-stop.